So we're back on Newford Farm on the 12th of December, and today we're going to focus on how finishing steers are doing. I'm joined by farm manager Matthew Murphy and Declan Keeley from Ballyhaunis. Lads, in the last few weeks cattle have been built up onto ad-lib meal. Matt, how are they doing?
Yeah, just started it. We decided to put them up onto ad-lib. That silage was getting scarce. Trying to stretch the fodder here. We said we move them up onto ad-lib meal, and the way we're doing that is they're getting 6 kilos in the morning, 6 kilos in the evening. It's not like there's meal in front of them the whole time, but by feeding them morning and evening, you're kind of stimulating them to get up and get going and get eating. And they're eating up that, so it's all kept fresh and clean in front of them. There's not meal lying there getting stale or getting wet. We don't have ad-lib feeders, so that's the best way we could do it.
And they're eating a small volume of silage, Matt. You're probably noticing that it's probably small at this stage. Yeah,
they're only getting a half a grab might do the pen of 12 for 2 days. They're only just picking at it, more or less. It's first cut silage, 68 DMD. Straw would do the job, but the straw is dearer than silage, so that's why we're feeding them the silage.
Declan, you took the first pull of cattle out of this today. You killed 16 steers. How did they perform?
Yeah, the steers we killed this morning, Darren, they averaged 350 kilos dead weight cold. They were all R grades, and on fat class there were threes, 3 equals 3 plus, and 4 minuses. They ranged in carcass weights from we 3 Angus bred animals, and that there was 300, 310 kilos, and the range from that up to 375 kilos. So we're happy enough with the weights of them, happy enough with the kill out. You'd imagine with Matthew going on to ad-lib feeding that you'd get that extra kick on kill out now with the rest of these, the fact that they've been on ad-lib meat.
And the plan with the rest of these, Declan, as we can see here, there's some of them in good condition. Plan is to get as many of them gone by the end of the year? Yeah,
that's the plan, Darren. We have, I suppose at this stage we have a lot of cattle here at flesh wise and fat cover wise, just coming 2 plus 3 minus, and hopefully now before the end of the year, probably the last kill, we'll hopefully get a good few of these going. Hopefully we'll be able to clear most of them by the end of the year.
We have a bullock here beside us, Declan. In particular, what are you looking from him when you're assessing him to see is he fit?
Well, I suppose first of all on the confirmation, Darren, I suppose it's predetermined by the genetics of all the Newford stock. At the end of the day, 25% of them is dairy genetics. So you're predominantly talking R grade animals. But I suppose on that confirmation, you want a good line in them. Okay, then you're looking at the end of them, the shape at the end, and you want a good shoulder. And that's where maybe some animals fall down when you put in dairy breeding is in the shoulder, that they fall down the grade. And then on fat class, like you can see he's filled out well on top there. You're checking him here at the tail head, and also probably the last place where he's getting the cover of flesh is the cod is filling up. The cod is filling up where he's been castrated. So I'd say that guy there is at his 2 plus stage now in flesh, and hopefully by the end of this month we've got 2.5 weeks left. We'll get him slaughtered at a 3 equals maybe at maybe a carcass weight of 330 kilos odds. By then.
And is that, Declan, I suppose, the best balance, or where you're trying to get to at the minute is, say, it's costing a bit to feed these every day to try and balance them, just once they hit that fat cover 3, get them gone and drafted?
Yeah, get them going. I suppose it's down to efficiency then of the feed conversion at that stage, Darren. I suppose going back, ideally we'd like to have been of getting some of these off grass, but just the weather went against us in September, so this is the way we have to change the plan to get them finished inside at this stage.
The last time we were here, I suppose the weather was different. They were sweating a lot. Matt, definitely in the last 2 weeks they've settled down, they've dried up a bit. Even the physical coats are a good bit drier. Are the stock a lot happier in the last week or 10 days?
They are, but the main thing behind that is we actually shaved our backs here about 3 weeks ago, and since we done that they stopped sweating, and since they stopped sweating you can see the dirt is actually begin to fall off now. The dirt is drying off and falling off, and so that made a big difference that way.
That's something, Declan, that farmers, I suppose, are maybe going to have to pay a bit more attention to, both on the beef and on the sheep side. with the whole area of the clean livestock policy?
Definitely, I suppose clean cattle policy is an issue, and dirty cattle being presented at the plants while they're being graded A's, B's and C's. It is becoming a difficult issue, and I suppose even more so this year because weather was so mild. Cattle went in earlier, so they got dirty. They got dirty very early in the season, and we are seeing some dirty cattle coming out at the minute. I suppose Matthew's point of clipping the backs has worked well for us, and probably in hindsight, Matthew, if we clipped them maybe earlier on the day they went in, we might have been even in a better position now.